Hello everyone, Specter here, and welcome to Star Citizen. Today we are going to take a look at one of the most famous ships in Star Citizen, which is Mercury Star Runner, aka MSR. So, Mercury Star Runner, well, for many players, especially for the new players, it's a very good medium freighter. Yes, for them, it's a freighter, as you can put a lot of cargo inside, a decent amount of cargo. Yeah, around 100, yeah, 114 SE of cargo, which is very decent for many players. Also, if you talk about the ship size, it's quite big, right? But if you talk about control, it's really nice. It looks like a medium ship. So basically, this ship is quite good for many players. Yes, and the interior design and got some very special features as well. Yeah, combine all of these, it's quite famous. However, maybe many players don't know this ship is a data runner as well. Yes, just like the last video I posted about the Drake Herod, they are all, both of them, yeah, I should say both of them, are data runners as well. Yeah, so one is one of the most useless ship currently, and one is the most famous ship. That's quite unfair. But let's take a look at it first before I talk more about it. In here, at the front, you can see there's a cockpit, and there's a turret. This turret contains two size 3 laser repeater. So these laser repeaters are like being controlled by the pilot, him or herself, which is very nice. However, this is the only laser repeaters that the pilots can control. The other laser repeaters would need to be manned by someone else. And at the front of the ship, as you know, is not identical. Yeah, it's one of the feature of the Mercury Star Runner, as it's not an identical ship as well. If you talk about the outline, but still, for me, as long as it's not in a ball shape, yeah, I can't really accept the ship looks like a ball, like a roundish thing. A disc is still fine for me, but the ball shape is really unacceptable. Alright, here, unlike the Starlifter, the C2 Hercules, or maybe the Hercules series, you don't have an elevator. I mean, you don't have an elevator you can access to the ship itself. So it means that this ramp, this cargo bay ramp, is the only place for you to like get in or get out of the ship. Yeah, it means that it's bad, especially after 3.15. Yeah, if you're under heavy fire, then basically you got your. I mean, it's very rare for you to get out of the ship before it's blown up. So basically, good luck with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the right hand side of the ship, which is nothing special, as you can't see anything in here. Alright, so let's get inside of this ship. Well, basically for most of the Crusader industry ships, I truly understand, or maybe partially understand, what's called Fastilla Lente. It means that here, yes, you got, unlike the other ships, if you got a ramp, you can just press the ramp and it will come down. But all the Crusader Industries ships, you kind of need to like press that tiny button far away from yourself in order to lower your ramp and raise your ramp, kind of. So, which is very annoying, but it is one of the features anyway, so why not? And in here, the buttons, the design is quite different from the other ships, so I will talk more about it later. This one is the only place for you to store your cargo, so it means that those 114 SE of cargo, yes, 114 SE of cargo will be stored in here. If you don't want to do the like cargo running, it's fine. You can load up like 4 rocks in here. The maximum amount I think is 4 rocks, maybe 3. I don't know. Like I think it's 4. 4 rocks, like the rock, the ROC. Yeah, that mining vehicle with 4 wheels. Alright, you can load up 4 of them in here so that you can bring your friends around and mine it, especially the contra is quite agile in the atmosphere, so it's a very good thing. So the features of the ship, this is one of the features, is you can press the button to switch on your light. Most of the ships in Star Citizen currently needs you to like switch on the power first before you light up everything in your ship, but not for the Crusader Industries ships. So you can press the buttons in order to light it up already, even before you switch on your power. In here, you can see the engineering room, which you can access to your ship component, like within the ship, which is very nice. So when you're doing repair, you don't need to float around, which is very good for me. And in here, as you can see, the buttons is different. So basically from the other ships, you can just simply press it or maybe just sense it. The door will open. But in here, you can turn on the sensor or not, and you can choose to lock the door as well, which is very nice. And for the ship, you got a feature which there's nothing in here, right? I'm pressing F and hold the mouse button, you can't see anything here. But if I press this one, you may know it's a secret door, and you can kind of access to different part of your ship through this tunnel. This tunnel is being shielded, so it means that no one can scan you. So if you are running some sort of like illegal commodities like drugs, it's a good place for you to hide it. And you can access to different part of the ship within here, which is very nice. You have multiple of those opening, but I'm not going to show every single one of them. We'll talk about those opening and when the time I go through the ship. So you got an elevator. I think the CIG need to improve something about the ship. So this elevator technically is quite useless because I can just climb on here. I don't need the elevator. And even if I don't call up my elevator, I just can simply jump from here down there without getting hurt. So why you need an elevator anyway? Now you got servers. Okay, so this is the most important part of the ship as a data runner. You got a lot of server database in here, which is not functional right now, which is very sad as well. In here, you got some scanning room. You can ask your friend to help you to scan some data or like transfer data from maybe from planets to the ship and then store it up. So basically, it currently just a seat, extra seat for players. Nothing else you can do with a seat, which is bad. But anyway, maybe in the future it will be better, as data running might be available in the future. In here, you can see 2 seats. Well, I should say it's not a salon, okay? These seats are turret, can let you to access to the turrets, alright? So this one is the upper part of the turret. Wait a minute, where's alright. So basically this turret can cover the upper part of the ship. which is very good. And those turrets, you got size 3 weapons as well. So those are laser repeaters. And here is the access to the lower turret. Okay, so to cover the bottom part of our ship. Okay, so let's move on to the bridge. Before you move to the cockpit, you have 2 places to visit. First, the recreation room, which is a room you got chairs and some stuff here. Basically, it's very nice for you to hang around, especially you got a kitchen in here. You can make food and drinks in here, which can help your character or the other players, or maybe in the future you got NPC crews to stay in the server for a longer period of time, which is very nice. And actually there's an access in here, so basically you move one of your chests, like put in here, this pad, so that the table will move away and you can access to the tunnel from here. Alright, so the opposite side of the recreation is the habitation. So basically, just like a star lifter, you have 3 beds in here for you to log in and log out from the ship, which is very nice. You got some extra lockers in here for you to store your items. Alright, and you have some unusable computers right now, but you got extra seats for your players, for your friends, so it's a very good feature for me still. Let's move up to the bridge. So still, I don't think you have ejection features in here, so anyway, here, let's access the co-pilot first. Well, I don't know why they designed it like this, like you need a rail to get to your seat, but well, a feature is a feature probably, since this ship is quite, compared to the Starlifter, is quite old, so maybe the way they designed just being fancy. Here, the view is quite good, and you can ask your co-pilot to fly the ship if necessary, and also control your power output, or even ask him or her to help you to fire the missiles while you're busy to pilot your ship fighting your way out, which is very good. Alright, so basically you got some gun racks in here for you to store your weapons, and in here is a pilot seat. Yeah, sometimes that door is quite annoying, especially keep on like switching your your seat. Okay, now if you talk about weaponry, yes, as you can see, you have only 2 laser repeaters. Well, if you talk about the firepower of the ship, it's not that nice, as well, a big ship you're supposed to have a better weapon. However, this ship is a cargo runner anyway, so basically you are not supposed to use this ship for fighting. Yes, it just helps you to defend yourself. If you talk about missiles, you have 6 of them in total, which is decent, but it's not for you to engage your enemy for a long period of time. For me, this ship is quite good, very nice. I first time I tried to fly this ship is because of free flight. The It makes me have some sort of like a positive image about the ship, although it's not identical at all. But anyway, If you talk about the features of the ship, well, yeah, you've got cargo capacity, which you can do rock mining just like what I did before. I know it's quite a boring part, but anyway, yes, you can do it. And you can do cargo running as well if you want it, as you got 114 as your cargo, still quite decent at some point. For this ship, well, it's very unfortunate that you can't do any kind of data running. But if you are able to do data running in the future, I think this ship will be much more interesting and also quite useful. Especially, well, you can carry data and also you can transport some cargo, including the illegal ones. And yeah, if you talk about the price, for me, well, is if you talk about in-game credits, it's quite hard to choose. Well, it depends on how you play it, I should say, as it costs you 4.9 million Alpha UEC in-game credits. You can get a ship. It is quite expensive at some point, but if you really like your ship, why not? However, if you are doing cargo running, so it means that you're hauling cargo, theoretically you can get better ships like a C2 Hercules, as you technically they share similar price point, still 4.9 million. And if you don't want the Hercules, still you can spend it's like 4.6 million for the Caterpillar, which is a very good haul as well, a cargo runner as well, cargo running, I should say. So if you are interested in cargo running, this ship might not be your first choice, but it's a very interesting choice if you are doing some sort of illegal cargo running. Yes. Okay. So if you are talking about real money, it cost you $260. Yes, for last time. In the future, I don't know. Especially after if they CIG like maybe they have a chance to redesign the ship by adding some access point to the cockpit directly instead of like running like a maze at the back from the back of a ship to the front of the ship. Well, they might um, like increase the price point, and yeah, at that point you might have enjoying more gameplay features like data running with the ship. So yeah, why not for CIG to increase the price point? So however, 260 still quite expensive as a ship, as a game. Well, if you're really interested and you really want the ship, of course you want to support the development of this game. Yes, why not? You may spend $260 for this ship. Of course, I would suggest you to just spend $45 because that is the amount of like the price point, okay, the least um, like you can experience this game. Yes, so I would suggest you to buy this ship in game first, try it out, or maybe in a free flight. Yeah, usually free flight you got this ship as it's a quite famous ship as well. So in free flight events, you can try it out first before you buy it. And if you think that this ship is quite useful for you, is your cup of tea, yeah, you can spend your money whatever you want. Alright, so that is it for today's video about the Mercury Star Runner. If you think this video is quite useful for you, feel free to leave a like. And if you think that I need to kind of improve something, and also if you want to ask me something, then feel free to leave a comment down below. And I shall see you guys next time.